Yuppa.
Between the silence, we begin.
Fresh. Hello, Finn. You caught me at the right time. Anyway, good evening, bro. Mr. fucking Colin Finnegan. Hey, Finn, have you got a costume for Halloween? Hey, mine's up there, bro. It's hiding. Hey, you're gonna like this one, Finn. Do you like me Fortnite costume? You like me chopper? You know. Oh, you big horny bastard, look at him. Go on there, Yuppa with the horns. And we have got the chopper too. Now, if I knock at someone's door and they see me on the ring bell, they might not answer the door, so... Oh, stay there, you big bowsy. I tell you what, Finn, it fucking hurts. I whack myself in the face with it, and I tell you what, it hurts. Anyway, we're like... Fire! Yeah, I need to... So yeah, I went and got myself a trim today. It's probably the fucking cheapest haircut I've ever had in Manchester. Hey, Elena! So yeah, do you like it? Do you see Tom's one? So, so that's me Fortnite costume, right? Your Fortnite costume. So, I have an axe. We can go like that, or We can make alien eyes, watch.
Two bodies anticipating.
Now you see, Finn.
You have found your way to the heart of me.
Okay. Watch me. Look at that, look. If I ran out of policeman with that, he'd run. I'd fucking run too, mate. Hello, trick or fucking treat! It's about taking part. This could be my last Halloween. Or maybe I could have another 20, so... We're celebrating Halloween like it's the last one. And I am a fucking demon. Go into Piccadilly dressed like this myself and wagwan to Lee Marvin Hitchman. Pair of demons. So here, don't say I don't take part, okay? Ooh, baby. One second. I think already we have a costume. Shout out to Packer City. Ooh. So yeah. Nobody knows what tomorrow brings, so just in case I don't get a chance to dress up again, on Friday I'm gonna dress up. You know, I like taking part. You know, don't get me wrong, I don't know many of the people on this street, but we're going trick or treating, and anyway, trick or fucking treat, mate. I don't mind getting dressed up, I like it. You know, I bring me missus out with me, but I don't want that costume is for me. That's not for Halloween, that's for me. You don't drink your whiskey unless you earn it. But nah, all jokes aside, it's like, I'm looking forward to getting dressed up. The kids enjoy it, you know what I mean? It's like, and every year I get dressed up, I wear something, you know. Like I said, the kids love it. You know, like, there's too many miserable bastards out there in life, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, if it puts a smile on the kid's face, so be it. You know what I mean? I do it purposely for me kids, you know, so shout out to the youths anyway. Ah! I just got hit by a scooter on the fucking hill. Did you see that? I've just got assaulted on camera. Fucking, that went fuck off in the back of the head. I don't trust you. One, two, three. That just whacked me in the fucking head. Shout out to the Rolling Stones fan out there, bro, here. Let me know if you want that canvas. Told you it's all doubled up, bro. Look. Look at it. Australia, 1973. Everywhere. Boom, boom, boom. So, Yupa! Are you Finn? I know you're getting dressed up as Luigi. Are you going out with the kids though? You know, so since it's Halloween, I'm gonna tell you a Halloween story. So many years ago, in a land far away called Ballyfermot, hip hip hooray, it's Halloween. Now, we used to compete with everybody in Ballyfermot to make the biggest bonfire, right? And we had a bit of help because one or two of our friends' fathers worked at Sempre, and every Halloween the bonfire was across from my house. Now, I'm going to tell you a story about a mad bastard who isn't here anymore, but I tell you what, this fella had balls of steel. Shout out to Jay Dunn. Now, if any of the lads from Ballier are watching me, you'll remember this. I'll take you back over 35 years ago. And I remember we had pallets, we had beds, we had doors, we had everything you could settle up. Okay, so we built a bonfire and we tried to build it like a pyramid with a point on it, right? So it took us a few days. We fucking did it, right? It's like, and it was majestic. I looked up on it and I was like, I'm gonna climb you to see how stable you are. So I'm not an architect, but I do know a bit about building shit. Especially if you're gonna burn it. So wait you hear, this is no joke, and anybody that lived in Cherry Orchard at the time will tell you, right? So Finn, we built the bonfire, we set the fucking thing alight, right? We're all sitting on the hill. A few of me mates are sitting there with flagons, a few of me mates are sitting there with a few joints. You know, a few of the older lads comes up. And at the time there was no railings around the field, right? So we're all sitting on the hill. Next of all, we hear a donut, a handbrake. Ah! Next of all, we're all looking down the end towards where the red wall is. Next of all, we seen a Cortina flying up the road, yeah? Handbrake. Ah! We all realised who it was, right? Then the mad bastard went on the road all the way over the hill. Have a guess what he did? He drove into the bonfire while it was lighting and it collapsed on top of him. Do you understand? How stupid is that? It used to be mayhem Halloween, but people were happy. The kids, the teenagers, the adults, it was all fun. Now it's changed. Wrong, Finn. Like, and every year, Finn, we always wanted to have the biggest bonfire. You know how it is with Finglas, Coolock, Tallaght, Crumlin, Ballier. We all outdo each other, whether it be stealing cars, whether it be lighting fires, or whether it be building fucking bonfires every year, which everybody took part and lent a hand. Like, I had a couple of friends. One of my mates stars worked in Sempre, and I had another mate star who worked in the big fucking wood yard, like with pallets all over the place, right? So all the broken pallets, fair play to them, they brought them up in big fuck off vans, you know what I mean, and just dropped them right there, you know. And then it's like, I don't know whether it was Pat McGuire's star or somebody's star down there that worked in Sempre. So what had happened was, right, it's like you look for all the wood everywhere, right? You even go and steal other people's wood, right? And we had to have somebody watching it all the time, so our more spittle gang wouldn't fucking melon gang wouldn't set on fire on us, right? We were only kids, like, all we looked up to all the Red Wall boys. Now that's where the bonfire was. You see, the Red Wall lads had their own display and we had ours. And this particular Halloween, I swear to God, there must have been about 100 people that can back this story up. Jay Dunn, Lord rest his soul. Don't get me wrong, on me kids' live, I beat his ass 2 or 3 times because it needed to be done, because it was an issue. But when it comes to bollocks, this geezer, like, he drove, I mean, after pulling a donut, right? There was no fencing around the field. He put his foot down, man. And I don't know what he was thinking, whether he's driving through it, because you're not fucking driving through it. But what we didn't know was he was at the drinking half a bottle of vodka, right? And he drove right into the fucking bonfire and it collapsed on top of him. You know, and loads of us, we had to fucking, a few of us got hurt, like got burnt, because this mad bastard, when he hit straight into the bonfire, the top of it collapsed and it all ended up on top of him, right? So the cunt was trapped, the car was burning, there was fucking bits of fucking petrol tank and stupid people throwing aerosol cans into the fucking fire, do you understand? And this mad bastard drove into the bonfire and it collapsed on top of him. So we're all like, the mad bastard, we had to drag him out of the car. Do you understand? That it collapsed on top of him. And we didn't know he was after drinking half a bottle of fucking vodka or taking a Rohypnol with it. Do you understand? And he just fucking hit it. Bang! And I seen it collapse on top of him, and I knew he was fucked because I helped build it. This mad cunt drives into it. Do you understand? Like, now that's fucking next level stupidity. But CJ Dunn, ask anybody that lived up there when we all allegedly used to steal cars and rally them. This geezer was the most reckless of them all. He was more reckless than me. And that's fucking pretty reckless, you know. But he drove to this fire, mate, and it's like, it's crazy. I remember one of the kids saying to me one day, he said, "Jude, will you keep an eye on that over there so nobody robs it?" And I was right on the avenue right there. So listen, you won't fucking light that fire, motherfucker. You know, that's saved for 7 o'clock. I remember myself, Deco Lyons, Glenn Lyons, rest in peace, Ian Lyons, rest in peace, Snuggles, myself, Alan Dunphy, Pat McGuire, Bert, Whitey, Andrew Farrell, Wayne MacDonald, Keith Luddy, David Redmond, Ian Gibbons, Harpo, Les Kershaw, Darren Kershaw, and a few other lads, you know, and we'd sit on the hill, like, you know what I mean, and it's like, just watch it burn, you know, and then if we had any extra wood, we'd throw it out. And what I always remember about Halloween in Dublin was the empty fire the next day, and you see all the empty tires, and, you know, that have fucking, it's like I said, we had this somebody down there, Pat McGuire's, worked in Sempre, and he knew that we needed a few tyres every year to start the fire. And Finn, right? You know them big JCB tractor tyres, right? A few of us went over to Sempre and we had to bring them back. You know them joint ones, the massive ones, yeah? It's like, well, you hear this mad bastard, yeah? The same mad cunt, Jay Dunn, got in one, right? Down Chapel Lizard Hill. He got in the middle of it and it just started rolling, mate. Honestly, I watched it go through traffic and all. This fella, like, was super reckless. You know. Oh, bro, well, I'll be honest with you, Finn, back then, I didn't, look, I'll be honest with you, Finn, you know, when I was selling ecstasy, allegedly, there was nobody selling cocaine and stuff like that in the nightclub. You know, like, it was more ecstasy. It's like when I left, it's like, you know, a lot of lads stepped up and stepped into my shoes and start doing what I did and ended up having a big slice of cake. You know, but rest in peace to Jason Dunn. But honestly, this mad bastard, I knew he was hitting it. Because it's like he was down or something down the road, right? And at the time, there was no railings around the park, right? And this mad bastard, Finn, I'm not joking you, flew through the field, over the hill, down the fucking hill, and hit the bonfire, bro. That hard that he fucking knocked himself out, right? Now, take into consideration, he was at a drinking half a bottle of vodka, and someone said he had a row hypnol or half one. You know, they're like, bro, wipe out. You don't remember what happened the next day. But we had to drag this cunt out of the bonfire. I'm not joking you, bro, because Finn, when he hit it, it collapsed on top of him. You know, I got burnt, bro. You know, a couple of others, Deco Line, so I have to give it to him. He got just as burnt as I did, but I couldn't let somebody burn in front of me again and listen to them scream. I just couldn't. So we had to go and we got him out. No, this mad bastard was out. I mean, knocked out. Because when he hit the bonfire, there was loads of pallets and shit. You know, like I said, it's like even though it was a blaze, the way he hit it at a certain angle, and it's like he hit it and the middle of it capsized on top of him. How are you, Oliver? And it's like, I was 4 when you were on the club. Oh, for fuck's sake. Like, Finn, you know what it is, right? It's like when I was growing up, right? It's like we always used to compete against like other people. Like, I'll give you a prime example, right? Down where Spencer McDermott's ma lived, Agnes. That's where the Red Wall gang was, right? All the lads, yeah. And you want to see their bonfire, but we wanted to outdo them. And do you know what the bastards did on us, yeah? Nearly every year, they'd come up and rob all their shit, and there was not a thing we could do about it. You know, we get a backhand, you know. So most of the years, I'd fucking watch their one, you know what I mean? And it's like, at the time, you couldn't get fireworks, you know what I mean? There was only one person, yeah? One lad, his ma, Biddy, she was a dealer in town, like a trader. I don't mean a drug dealer. I mean like she sold flowers, fireworks, scarves, whatever, you know. So that's where we used to get our fireworks on. You know what I mean? You'd get I think you'd get 10 for a fiver at the time. And like I said, you couldn't get fireworks in Dublin at the time. You know, I'm sure you could, like, but like we knew this one lady, Biddy Hendricks, and we used to get our fireworks off her, you know what I mean? And it's like you think they were deadly, and then we start, you know, them 10 shots, and we start firing them at each other, having running battles with each other, being reckless, you know. It's like, but Halloween, like in Dublin, they don't celebrate Black Cats, that's the ones. They don't celebrate Guy Fawkes in Dublin because it's like it's an English thing, isn't it? But on Halloween in Dublin every year, like I always remember it, there was always a massive fire, and every year you tried to outdo each other. If you remember the following day after the night before, you can smell that bonfire smell in the air, you know. And it's like I said, when I was younger, like we did reckless shit, like like I remember, like I have a mate who was super reckless one night, yeah, and he lit a firework, yeah, and he fucking held it for too long, and when he was throwing it, it fucking blew up, and fucking he took the top of his finger off. You don't play with that around with shit like that, but we were reckless and we thought it was fun and all, but it's very dangerous fireworks, because it's like I said, I had a few reckless mates that were throwing bangers in the fire and running, and I'm like, bro, there's kids there. You know what I mean? If one of them flies out and fucking hits one of the kids, you know what I mean? We have an issue. Uh, it's like nowadays the kids are just so reckless, like they get bangers, and me and I tell you, right? I I I seen this fella once, right? And he had a Roman candle, that's what they were called, right? And the fucking thing tilted over, right? And flew out and fucking hit him. You know, like I said, the kids nowadays, they're so fucking reckless, and all it takes is for one of them to catch you in the fucking eye and it'll blind you. But we were stupid reckless. But the thing I always remember about Dublin Halloweens is the very next day. Like there'd be fucking shells of cars and all where the air bonfire was. Because all the lads, like, they tried to outdo each other. It wasn't just good having pallets, beds, doors, tyres. Real cars, you know what I mean? Put them together and make a fucking base around them and build. Do you understand? And it's like I said, I had some reckless mates, but Jay Dunn probably has to be one of the most reckless. He drove into the bonfire and it collapsed on him. And he's lucky there was as many of us there because he'd have fucking burning alive. He wouldn't have been able to get out because he'd knocked himself out, the prick. When he hit it, it's like he wasn't with it. Do you get it? He hit it, but he wasn't with it. And it knocked him clean out, and we had to drag him out of the car. Literally, otherwise he would have been burnt. I fucking got burnt, the prick. Deco Line saved his ass that night. I couldn't get to him. You know what I mean? But Deco, only for his strength, like, fuck's sake, mate. Dragging Jay, because Jay was a big lad. He had a fat arse as well, so trying to get him out of that car, man, it's like, fuck's sake, mate, I wasn't prepared to let someone else die in front of me. There was too many of us, a lot of time. Shout out to all the brave lads that night that assisted in his recovery. Because if we didn't have assistant, he would have been burnt in that car, the fucking idiot, like. He had a bit of spitefulness in him as well, you know what I mean? Like, we were at our building and it looked majestic, It's like, and there wouldn't have been no bother. It's like, but this prick had to drive into it and collapse the whole thing. Like, we used to have some mad Halloweens up there because, the truth be told, at the time, Ballyfermot and Clondalkin were competing with each other. Like, there was two great drivers up my way, right? I thought Jay Dunn was a great driver, right? But there was two brothers in Clondalkin who were great car thieves, allegedly. Mobler Smith and Lar. Now, apparently one of them's a rat. Now, I don't know how true it is, but that's what I was told. But I remember when I was in Mountjoy, you know what I mean? I watched him walk over to the snooker table, Lar Murphy, right? Or whatever his fucking name is, right? And took the fucking snooker cue off this kid, man, in front of everybody. Tried to violate, man, in front of man. You understand? You can't do that in a jail, and he did it. You know what the kid did? Yeah, he said, give me that fucking cue, you. Slapped the kid, you know what I mean? So when he wasn't looking, the kid took two snooker balls, man, took a sock off and beat him all around the place where it was delighted. I fucking hate bullies. No, and Lars Smith, not Murphy, Lars Smith, Nobler Smith. Yeah, he tried to fucking bully a kid in Mountjoy, and he got served, he did. And it was his own fault, you know, walking over to a fucking fella and just grabbing the queue off him and fucking slapping him. You don't do that. You know, who the fuck do you think you are, bro? There's guys in here 10 times tougher than you. You don't do that shit. Anyway, you see, here, they don't have bonfires on Halloween, but I will be at a bonfire maybe Friday night. I'll go live and I'll show you how live it gets. Bleed on the people who don't cut you. You gotta give them a fucking slug. How are you, Anto? Go on, Finn, you big arseness, you. Where's Anto from? I take your Irish, Anto. Where are you from? Where's he from, Finn? Anto, Anthony Reid. I know a few Reids. But it's mad. Originally Ballybrack, okay. And did you jump on the bleeding ship as well as me and Finn? You know, it's the best thing I ever done, bro. You know, like Ballybrack. It's like, yeah, Ballyfermot is so fucking different, bro. It's crazy, but the mentality is the same. You know, it's like, okay, yeah, you can't beat the old paddies, you know what I mean? I know loads of lads that had to go. You know, I didn't want to go, but it's like, because I knew if I didn't go, I'd end up doing a long jail sentence, you know, and at the end of the day, it's like, me son, I couldn't fucking do it, bro. You know what I mean? It's like, when I left Ballyfermot, it wasn't anything like it is now. Like, I remember growing up on a street corner and I didn't want to be there in 5 years' time, whereas me mates are still sitting on the same corners and they're in their 50s, you know, and it's like, there's some good people there. And can I just say this as well? He was a Manchester, now he's up in Stoke-on-Trent, okay? I truly believe, Anto, right, that's my second name, Anthony. My dad's second name too. Jude Anthony Joseph MacDonald. Well, you'd have gone to the apartment and all, wouldn't you, bro? Like, that's when my brother like that. He couldn't even come back and tell you that. Oh no, oh, that's sad, bro. Well, now see me, I can go back anytime I want, because it's like the lads that I fucked over. Basically, I was only a kid, you know. I was a boy in a man's world, and I was a fucking idiot. You know, I wanted to be like me mates and be like their big brothers, and everybody know me fucking name and all that bollocks, you know. And I had a stupid ego, okay. I was a fucking drug addict at the time, and it's like a lot of the lads like that I grew up with. Some of them aren't here now. Some of them are here. They're doing life. And it's like, I think the best thing I ever did was when I left, because one of my mates fucked me over, and it's like, can you imagine, bro, laying on a railway line after being dragged from Finglas, fucked into a van, back to Ballyfermot, bro, yeah? And as soon as I was fucked in this van, bro, I knew straight away who was in the van with me, I could tell. Bro, man, I tell you, what they did to me? Hey, I was thrown into the back of a van, like that, look here. Hey, like that, right? No joke thing, right, bro? And me kids lie, it's like that, look. Right? They had me hands bound like that behind me, right? I was getting hit with wheel braces, fists, baseball bats, whatever was in that van, I was getting fucked with, right? And I could tell who was in the van. And I was like, this isn't going to end well for me. I had to go out to Finglas and hide out there for a few weeks so I could get the money together. By going back to parties and Finglas and Cabra and what have you, it's like, but I got caught slipping, let's say, and I was walking down Dunsink Avenue, bro, next to ball. I got hit with a cavity block in the back of the head. Bang! So I was disorientated, right? It's like I was fucked in a van, hat put over me head, you know the details, right? Hands bound behind me back, right? Me feet tied like a fucking hog, yeah? And these cunts were laughing while they were hitting me. Ah, you thought we wouldn't catch you now, look. You're fucked. Hey, today you're looking on out, you. You know, I mean, smack, I was getting hit with all sorts of shit while and I couldn't do nothing. My hands were tied behind me back. You know, and I'm not joking you, it must have taken about 20 minutes to get back to Ballyer, and I was getting cracked everywhere, mate. Honestly, I couldn't see. I'd blood coming into me eye, my head was burst open. They fucking done a number on me because they wanted to make an example of me. Because here's how it is, right? I do some. This is the life I used to lead. I wanted to do something. I didn't want to be on a corner. I wanted to travel the world. I wanted to join the army and represent my country on the battlefield and go over and shoot the Arab that put a bullet in Derek Smallhorn's head. I wanted to go and kill his son 30 years later, 20 years later, but I fucked it because of the decisions I made and the people that I put myself around. You know, I was only a year and I was in company of grown-ups, do you understand? And they fucking manipulated me, but look, I knew right from wrong, and it's like I was destined to get a certain job, and because of that job, I could have ended up losing my fucking life. You know, I've never ever been that afraid in my life. Like when you get people and they say, oh, I've been to Mount Joy, it was a walk in the park. It wasn't for me. Yeah, it's a walk in the park if you're from town. But Ballyfermot and the asylum, oh, that's you, aren't you? Remember when you hit my nephew straight in the face because he said, you know who I am? And you know something? Years later, they never forgot, and they fucking bullied me, mate, for 5 months. I was in there on my own. I knew 2 people, you know, but it all started because of that fucking journey in that van, you know, because they beat the brakes on me that day. It was about 11 o'clock in the morning, and I didn't realise they were watching the house that I was staying in, and they were after being there the day before, man. I was in the attic hiding, you know. it's like I was hiding underneath the insulation, and a mad bastard named, I'm not even going to say his name, rest in peace to both of them. It's like, this geezer he literally walked on me fucking finger, mate, in the insulation in the attic. I don't know how they didn't see me. It's like, but they were watching the house the next day, and I'm walking out of the dun sink. I'm coming onto the avenue. I'm heading to Cabaret. Next of all, bang! In the back of the head, thrown into a van. Now, all the lads in Cherry Orchard will tell you, because here, allegedly, some of them did it to me. So, it was the best thing they ever did for me, because you're a product of your environment, and the way I was going and the way I was moving, it's like I was getting myself into serious trouble. But what I didn't realise was I was putting my family in danger too. You know, like, I didn't give a flying fuck, and it's like I wasn't afraid to swing at you if you're an adult. Or whether you're a red wall one of them, it's like, do you understand? They fucking had me in a van, hog-tied me, bet the on me all the way in the journey, all the way back to Ballyfermot in a fucking, yeah. They drove up to the fields allegedly and fucked me out of a van at 30 mile an hour, and a stolen, burnt out car broke my fall. Like that, van door opened, bang. Picture the scene, me hands are like that, right? They were after immobilising me already. They snapped me ankle, broke me fucking wrist, me fucking elbow was dislocated. Fuck me on an embankment. I'm laying on a railway line. I'm like that. There's blood. I can't see out in my eyes because my hands are tied behind my back, and I've no way of fucking. I'm just trying to wipe the blood down my face. And out my left eye, I seen Ian Gibbons walk down the railway line and dig up a hole and take out a sawn off and hand it to somebody to shoot me with. Imagine that. Imagine your mate doing that. He broke me fucking heart, you know. I was like, bro, I've helped you. 2 bills you fucked up. £1,400 I helped you for the first one. Yeah, bro, I was 15 years old. I've no business making £1,400 to clear your fucking debt. You know, £1,400 at 15. I was making more money than my father was. You know, and I rebelled against him. He wanted me to work in a fucking office. Fuck that. I'm not working in an office. I can make more than you in a fucking day. Oh, you think you're better than me, do you? He said it'd be a cold day in hell before I ever let a scumbag drug dealer live under my roof. You want to live by your rules, do you? Okay. Your mates will throw you to the wolves. And you know what? He was fucking right. But after that beating that I got, it's like I ended up going to Clondalkin for a week. And then I moved to Manchester. Hey, do you want to hear a funny story? Wait till you hear this. You know the fella that gave them the shotgun? 30 years later, Lisa Starr. It's called Lisa Starr gets rushed to hospital and passes away. I'm on the corridor. Ask me and Lisa were talking about it yesterday. I'm walking past with Lisa next of all. Ian Gibbons is working as a porter in a hospital, right? Jude MacDonald, I thought he was dead. Someone told me he was dead. Listen, anybody who knows anything about Ballyfermot will tell you about Ian Gibbons. 3 times, 3 separate assassins come to end him. That man snuffed out bullets in the head in front of your mammy. Okay, and that's what happened. He come to his fucking door. I'm walking down a corridor on a hospital. This cunt, when I was a kid, he handed someone a weapon to shoot me with. Ask Lisa, she'll tell you. I said, you're a fucking dead man. And I didn't mean that as in a threat. Harpo O'Driscoll told me he was dead. 3 assassins tried to kill him. 9mm AR-15 shotgun. Perfect hat-trick. Do you know what he told me? His ma was making battered sausage and chips in the deep fat fryer. Man United were playing that night. Ian, can you answer the fucking door? I'm watching the football. I'm cooking the fucking dinner. Gibbo goes into his hall. He goes, who is it? Boom. What a stupid thing to do, right? But obviously you don't think that there's someone there with a fucking shotgun pointed underneath your spy hole. You know, lucky enough, so he told me he was side on like that, yeah, do you hit him in the arse? Right, so he has a lump in his arse like a tennis ball that's got out. Bro, here, the cunt is still alive, wait till you hear this. I don't joke about fucking dead family members. Me and Lisa were talking about it yesterday. I'm walking down the corridor in the hospital and I see him. I'm like, you're dead, here, get away from me. It's like the ghost of Christmas past. It's fucking come at last. And now look, there goes your past, right in your face. I'm like, hang on a minute, you're fucking dead, stay away from me. In fact, no, let me grab you. I asked Lisa, I grabbed him, and I fucking Hulk smashed him against the wall. I was like, you're dead. He said, I'm not fucking dead. I was like, bro, I don't want to lose my job. I was like, you don't want to lose your fucking job? You handed someone a fucking shotgun to kill me with. He said, you know, Jude, that bothered me all my life. All your fucking life it bothered you. He said, yeah, but look what happened. He said, that karma come to me. I set you up. He said, Jude, I didn't, and I know it wasn't his fault. He didn't know. I could tell by the conviction on his face. He didn't know it was for me. But everybody will tell you that lives up in Cherry Orchard that I was the first one to get tortured in Cherry Orchard, and I didn't tell on any of them. I passed the test. I can go home anytime I want. You know why? You can burn me, you can shoot me, you can drown me, and I won't tell on my mates. And you can take that to the bank. Ask anyone in Cherry Orchard, they'll tell you that. I was a bowsy, and I've turned back into a housey. So, you know, but like I said, you know, I was doing reckless shit. And if you listen, it's one thing selling a bit of hash, right? But allegedly, I owed people money for ecstasy, okay? And I couldn't pay them, so I fucked off the fingers for a couple of weeks, and they found me dry like a hog, back in a van, tied me like a fucking hog, beat the brakes off me. Like, it's the best beating I've ever had. Well, other than when me dad, listen, here. And it took 5 of the cunts. And I don't even know why I know why they tied me up, because look, I'm not going to fucking stand there and let you hit me, even if you're older than me. If you hit me, I'm going to throw something at you. So they knew this, so they fucking restrained me, the bastards. And it wouldn't be the first time I've been restrained. I grew up with a few insane people. Do you understand? And I was, you know, stupid brave. That's what I was. I was a fucking idiot. You know, it's like, but I had to pay for what I did. And they made an example out of me. Now, these motherfuckers, you see what happened to Jewett? Any one of you fuckers over here, we'll make it longer. Like, I was in the back of a van, and it's like, I'm not gonna lie, I thought I was gonna die that day, you know, so I was like, but, and here, one of the mad bastards, right, after them beating the brakes off me, do you know, one of them said to me, bro, you know I love you, don't you? You made me do this. And that's why I'm gonna give you a week to get me money. Here. How am I meant to get your money if I can't even move or walk? Find your own way home on a railway line. And then you see one of your best mates walking towards you like that, with a fucking package in his hand like that, unraveling it. You know, but I forgive him. You know, he said to me, Jude, do you reckon you'll ever be able to forgive you? I said, listen, I forgive you, you're alive. Look where we both are. We're in Manchester. We've met chicks from Manchester. We're both Man United fanatics. It's like, and we've met Manchester girls. It's like, and meet up on extraordinary circumstances. The reunion we had, I grabbed him by his fuck. And I tell you one thing, ask anybody about Ian Gibbons and Ballyfermot. If I'd have punching him, he was losing his job, because he was going to drag me all around that place. And he probably whooped me ass too. But, you know, he said, can you forgive me? I said, you're forgiven because you're a given. It's like he said, I found God. I said, you fucking what? I bet you did. I'd find God if 3 assassins tried to fucking come find me. You jammy bastard. Gives a look, we were comparing war wounds. Here, show me your arsenal. He had an arsenal. He had a tennis ball taken out of his arsenal because he was stood side on, and somebody put the shot through the letterbox and shot him in the arsenal. You know, I tell you one thing. It's like the battered sausage and chips, man. It's like, you know, and he missed United scoring as well, man. I'll tell you one thing, I bet you that woke him up. But that's no lie, you know. He's a wonderful man. He's done wonderful things, and he's helped a lot of people, and he's found God many years ago. You'd have to have God in your life, you know, if 3 people come to kill you. You know, like, I made a lot of bad friends, made even worse ones. Immoral sins, like you can't hand somebody a weapon and let them see you do it and not think nothing's going to happen. You see, people didn't forget. You set my mate Jude up. None of my mates liked you, but, you know, it's like, and he wanted him to suffer for what he did to me, but it's like we all grew up, and when I met him on the hospital ward, he asked me to forgive him there and then, and I said, I forgive you, bro. You know, I said, look at the minute, bro, listen, me and your situation means fuck all. My missus or dad's in there, and he's not got long. Like, I'm not talking, like, I mean a day maybe. Me and you can sort this out again like men. He said, Jewett, he said, I can still see it. I was like, you're lying. He said, you're going to be waiting for me when I finish work tonight, aren't you? I said, no, just give me your phone number. And it's like we put it to bed. You know, I had to forgive him, you know, because he ate himself up about that for years, saying, like, you know, I know Jude probably thought that I knew was for him, but he didn't. And when I forgave him, he said, you know what, bro, honestly, like, and that's how I know I'm God-fearing, because you have to forgive people. Do you understand? It's like you can't just forgive 25% of this and 75% of that. Listen to me, yeah? I'm God-fearing, and I forgive people because I know a bit about life, and it's like I don't want to have any bitterness or inside, you know. Like, it's easier to forgive than forget. Do you understand? Forgive and forget. Imagine spending a lifetime wanting to forgive your mate, or you want your mate to forgive you, and he forgives you. Like, you have to understand something. Me and my friends made a pact many years ago that if we're still alive and we're 50 years old and we're not jail, lifed off, we'll reach out. And I had to test me fate that day because I could have killed him with me bare hands on camera. And it's like he asked me to forgive him. And I could see it in his eyes that he was a changed man. And I said, brother, I forgive you. You know, give me a hug for fuck's sake. You know, it's okay. I forgive you. He got upset. He's like, he said, why did you forgive me so? I said, because, bro, you're alive. I thought you were dead. We're both in Manchester. Do you understand? It's like you've just had a little boy. I've just had a little boy. Bro, we didn't meet. This was no coincidence that I meet you 30 years later after you fucking hanging me, you bastard. And me been able to forgive you like that. But he knew it. He said to me, I can see it in your eyes, bro. He said, I owe you one. Yeah, I'm still waiting for you to come on my channel, you bastard. That's what you owe me. I don't forgive you as lying. I'm not giving you forgiveness until you come on here and talk about God and tell the world our history. You know, like I forgive him, you know what I mean? Because like the kind of guy he was, like, you know, he had my back. Even though it's like, man, he set us up, both of us. It was beautiful the way they did it. 10 out of 10 for treachery. You know, where learned me a big lesson in life. You know, it's like I knew that if I walk away, it was gonna affect me family for the rest of my life, being me son and me little brothers, and I couldn't risk them becoming drug dealers. And I went to England and my family followed me. Thank God, like, me little brothers didn't stay behind and become like what I never wanted to be. But it was either that or I'm not asking my parents for money. Do you understand? I'll make me own. And it's like all my pals will tell you, as a kid, I always had a hustle, whether it be a job or whether it be whatever. Do you understand? Here, I want more. I don't want to just sit in the corner forever. Like, if you want to sit in the corner forever, here, the world's a big place and I want to see it. And I don't need me mates, because at the end of the day, when I go to the army, it's like it'll teach me discipline, and it's like I live me dream. Oh, because me grandfather, me uncle were in the army, and as a kid, it's like that's what I wanted to do. You know, like, because I seen how men with rank get treated, and it's like I wanted to be a soldier and I wanted to carry on that family tradition. But instead I ended up finding drugs and I made a lot of reckless decisions that fucked my career up. You know, you see, you can't be trusted if you're a drug addict. You've no discipline. You're a liability. You know, and you need discipline to the fullest. You know, there can't be no weakness there. There can't be no, you have to have that discipline. You know, and when you're surrounded by like-minded people all the time and you're on a corner and you're all talking about one day, like when we're all fucking in our 40s, where do you reckon we'll be and all this shit. And I remember us all saying, you know what, boys, it's Halloween night tonight or whatever night it was, but when we're all 40, 50, we'll all keep in touch, and I kept my part of the deal. You know, I started this channel 2.5 years ago in order to reach a few people back home, and I never realised I wanted to reach 20 individuals, and I ended up hitting 2.4 million people, nearly 2.5 mil in 2 years. So I wanted to reach out to 20 people, and instead of 20, it turned into 2.47, 6,000 videos later. I'm really proud of that, you know, because I did it for principle. I did it because I'm a survivor. I did it because I can. It's like, and I made 6,000 videos because there's going to be one day when I'm never here. Or there's going to be a day where I die. Everybody's going to die, right? It's like, but you have to cover all bases, you see. I'm 51 and I purposely made 6,000 videos because I've done over 25,000 live streams. If my kids were to sit down and try watch all the content that I made in the last 2 years, it'd take them a decade. I reckon that's the truth. If they were to watch each and every one. But like I said, I'm not going anywhere for a minute. It's like, but you never know what tomorrow brings. Yesterday's history, tomorrow's a mystery. Like, we might not wake up tomorrow. There again, God might be on your side. Do you understand? But anyway, listen, I'm going to play this song and then I'm going to fuck off, yeah? But I'll see you all sometime tomorrow. I'm going to watch a movie with me missus. So, shout out to everybody. I want you to listen to something. I love this.
That boy's just saved this war for us.
Thanks everyone for coming in.
Good man. Don't fight him.
I've seen this moment in my dreams.
Please don't fight him.
Hector!
Please. Killing's your only talent. That's your curse.
Hector! I'll make a pact with you. There are no pacts between the lions and men. You won't have eyes tonight. You won't have ears or a tongue. You will wander the underworld blind, deaf, and dumb, and all the dead will know.
Here lies Hector, the fool who thought he killed Achilles.
I'll tell you a secret. Something they don't teach you in your temple. Gods.
Archers, authority.
Yes, because we're mortal. Because any moment might be our last. Everything's more beautiful.
Because we're doomed.
You will never be lovelier than you are now. We will never be here again.
Why did you choose this life?
What life?
Be a great warrior.
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, right, so I'm doing something with Lee Marvin Hitchman either this week or next week. And next week, I'm going for a game of golf up in Liverpool. I'm going to do a live stream while I'm on the course. Now, I'm not very good at golf. I can hit a ball, not very straight, but I can hit a ball, right? I'll prove it to you, right? I like proving shit to you, right? I'm shit at golf, right? Now, yeah. How you, Jerry, you bollocks? But like I said, listen, I'm the worst fisherman on YouTube, but I know I'm not very good at fishing, but I do catch the odd fish. You know, I'm not great at golf. It's like, but I can hit a ball. Tell you what I am good at. Hitting targets. I don't fucking miss. And I do it as a champion. Because that's how I was raised, and me kids they'll do the same. My first son, he ended up going to uni, you know, sacrificing years of his fucking life, mate, and now he's living the dream. You know, living up in Taxter 13 years, what? Walking up there, growing, helping the city grow, you know, it's like. But I'm looking forward to a game of golf with my son, you know. It's like I'd rather have this game of golf than not have it. Does that make sense? Right, yeah. I'm away. I'd like to thank you all for coming in. Finn will probably be live when I end, if you're not up to Finn's channel. Paul and Ando, thanks for coming in, lads, right? Jerry, God bless you. Like I said, you know, you can... Sometimes you get people on here that just fucking, you know, like they lie and they say fucking things like You know, you have, and like I said, I'm not at the age of needing to prep myself. It's just there. I don't need to get ready. I stay ready. It's in me. You know, don't get me wrong, my hands are fucking destroyed. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna bounce. Thanks for coming in. I have me fucking Halloween costume up there. Yeah, and I'll bid you all good night, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Thanks for coming in. We out. Fucking motherfucker.